Okay, so down the end it says provision for bad debts to be adjusted to 4% of debtors. So I just had a quick look through all of the work I've done so far, and I haven't touched on debtors anywhere yet. So I just go to the trial balance. Otherwise I take a figure. So for example, if you wanted to change creditors, I go back and see, have I done any work with creditors? And I know I have somewhere in the question. Here we go. Up here I've changed my creditors number. Okay. So debtors at the moment is 87. So I got that here for my trial balance. I want to make that into 4%. So my provision for bad debt is going to be 87 times 4%. So the new figure is 3480. And that's BD, not BC. Okay. So we'll look at our existing one, provision. Now, if it turns out we have to increase our existing provision, then that's another expense. But if we reduce it, then it's the opposite of an expense, so it'll be an income. So where is our provision for bad debts? At the moment, provision for bad debts is 3,900. So, shouldn't remove that. So that means that we're going to reduce it. So it's going to be, we're going to reduce it by 420. So that reduction is an income. If we had increased it, we would be more of an expense. So in this case, it's going to be an income. So I'll put that in add gains or add incomes. Okay. So the figures I'm going to put into this question then, I'll be putting in the new provision for bad debts. I'll put in the debtors figure, even though I've done no changes to it. I'm going to put that in while I'm dealing with it, and I'll have 420 as the reduction in bad debt provision. So I'll start with that one. So add other incomes, reduction in bad debt provision, and it was 420. Our debtors is going to be 87, and our provision for bad debts is going to be where is it now? 3,480. So just double check I've got all those numbers in. So I've got my debtors figure, I've got the new provision, and I've got the reduction. So I have all of that in. So just to summarize what we're doing so far, if I look at the overall question, and you can kind of see the big picture a little bit. All of these numbers I have in red. Those numbers should have been put in. We should have. Now, I might have, as I went through this, I might have forgotten one or two of my numbers, but I've put the vast majority of those numbers in. So I'm already getting an awful lot of marks. It takes a long time to do this rough work, and the examiner gives you lots of marks as compensation for that because of the time that you take to actually calculate them. So I now have a partially finished question. What I would do next is go to the trial balance and take all the other numbers in the trial balance that I haven't used yet and put them into the correct place in the question, and finally do the maths, presuming you have time in the exam.